She refused to wait in line to buy a burger, so the principled burger vendor refused to sell to her. Even when she flashed a stack of cash, he still refused. This made her furious and she flipped over his entire stall. She even started hitting the old man. Just then his daughter-in-law rushed back. She pulled out her phone to call the police, but the woman escalated things and had someone hold her down. She had no idea harming this woman would bring disaster. The daughter-in-law was actually a nationally known pediatrician. Just the day before, the woman's husband had knelt in the rain for 3 days and nights with their child, all to beg the doctor to save their daughter, because only this doctor could treat her illness. When the doctor heard someone was kneeling at the hospital gate with a child, she rushed there straight from the award stage. Seeing how far this father went for his daughter, the pregnant doctor softened and agreed to operate in 3 days. Afraid she might change her mind, the man gave her his daughter's bracelet as a promise. 3 days later, the doctor and her team arrived in his city. Before the surgery, she planned to check on her father-in-law. A month earlier, her husband had died in a car accident, leaving only the old man at home. When the girl's mother heard her daughter wanted a burger, she took several bodyguards to the market to buy the best one in town. The old man's burgers always had a long line, but the woman showed up acting rich and refused to wait. She threw a wad of cash at him, saying she would not line up and would take the burger anyway. The old man picked up the money and shoved it back, saying he would not take humiliating money. Angry, she tried to smash his stall. At that moment, the doctor was hurrying to the stand, but no one answered her calls, because her father-in-law was being bullied by the woman. Everyone criticized the woman for being arrogant and cruel, but she still did not stop and even attacked the old man. Even bystanders defending justice were targeted. The group smashed the burgers all over the ground. They even knocked down photos of the old man's son and daughter-in-law. Then the scheming woman noticed the woman in the photo looked exactly like her daughter's doctor. At that moment, the doctor had just arrived at the market entrance. She called her assistant to prepare for surgery and said she would return soon. While the woman wondered if the photo showed her daughter's doctor, vendors suddenly shouted at her. The old man cried and begged her to return the photo of his son and daughter-in-law, but the vicious woman tossed coins into the hot oil and told him to reach in and grab them. If he got them, she would give the photo back. Just as she tried to force his hand into the oil, the doctor finally arrived. She yelled for them to stop. Then locals explained everything. Realizing the woman started the fight on purpose, she pulled out her phone to call the police, but the woman shoved her to the ground, saying her husband was a CEO and she feared no one. Enraged, the doctor threw back the daughter's bracelet, saying she would never operate on her again. Hearing this, the scheming woman called her husband. When he said the surgery would start soon, she assumed the old man's daughter-in-law was pretending to be the doctor, trying to profit from her reputation. To vent her anger, she ordered people to hold the doctor down, and she brutally injured the doctor's hands. After threatening them, she returned to the hospital, but her daughter had already passed out. Her husband scolded her for disappearing all day and ignoring their child. She claimed she only wasted a little time buying a burger. She assumed the doctor would take care of everything, but the CEO snapped that the doctor never showed up. This made her realize something was wrong. When the doctor rolled in on a wheelchair, she finally understood she had ruined her daughter's only chance at surgery, and now the doctor could not operate even if she wanted to.